Hello, this is Clark, and this is the review of the Peak Design Everyday Backpack Zip, the 15-liter version in the black color. This is the full review, so if you watched the unboxing, this is the full review that I mentioned in that video. So first I'm going to go over how I pack the bag, and then some of the features, and then we're going to go over pros and cons, and at the very end I'll have something that no one else has talked about from watching too many YouTube videos. No one else has mentioned this one feature of this bag. And it's not really a feature, but it's definitely something interesting to note. And then throughout the review, I'll have my opinions throughout and what I think of the bag after having the bag for 7 months in snow, rain, mud, and dry conditions, all sorts of conditions, and then how the bag is held up. So this is the bag, and it's got a ton of features, so I'm just going to breeze through them really quick. Try and get as many as I can without taking too long. So it has these little loops all over. It has 10 of them in total. It has some the side water bottle holders and some in the back, inside and at the bottom as well. And they're used for external carry. It has these straps that you hook on here. You can tighten to hold things externally that you don't want to fit inside, like jackets, helmets, or anything, or hammocks. Anything big that you don't want taking up space inside the bag, that you're not worried about being exposed to conditions outside the bag. It also has these Peak Design zippers, which are really good, and I really like them. They're really smooth and strong, and the zippers feel just like how they felt when I first got the bag. The zippers also feature a thief deterrent. It's not a full thief-proof system, but what you do is you unlatch the zipper right here in this little loop, put it through another zipper, and then you put it back on the loop, and it's harder to take apart here. You have to unlatch it here, and it's really easy to unlatch, but if a thief's trying to get into it, there's a likely chance that if you have it zipped, they won't know how it works, and by the time they start messing with it or open it, you'll hopefully notice. Inside the bag, they have these dividers, which give the bag a ton of flexibility and gives you the option to put different types of gear in there and completely customize the bag to the gear you own or the gear you want to carry. And another feature of the bag is it has these great straps here that are really flexible. It also has this padding on the back which has ridges in it. The straps are on hinges so that you can rotate it around and take your stuff out to side access. It has 3 handles in total. It has on the sides here, and they're all really comfortable and easy to use. The top handle does feel a little bit better than the side handles in my opinion, because the side handles have a little ridge in here. It's just a little bit different feel, but it's good because I don't really use the side handles that much anyways. The water bottle holders are stretchy, they stretch out, and they both have magnets on the side which keep the water bottle holders flush to the bag. There also is a luggage pass-through on the back right here where you can pass it through the handle of your luggage. That is a quick rundown of the bag and some of its features. One feature I forgot to mention just now is it has an extra layer of protection on the bottom. That's a quick rundown of all the features. Obviously that's not all of them, but it's just the bag is so feature rich that it's hard to go through all of them even in a full review. Now I'll go over how I pack the bag. So first I'm going to start with the side pockets here. We have a zipper pocket down here, and then we have a pocket on top with a magnet, and this, if you can see it, it has a gray color line right here, and that's to show that your batteries are empty on this side. And on the other side it has that exact same setup, but this is a black line to show that your batteries are full, but it's also, that's what I use it for, but you can also use it for just different recognition. So in the zipper pocket here I keep my microfiber cloth, and just for easy access, and then my USB-C to 3.5 millimeter jack for my Osmo Pocket. And then I also have my drone here with controller, and it's a DJI Mavic Mini, and I use it, and it's just in the bottom of the bag there. And then what I would normally do is I would have my microphone in the middle right here, and then I would have my A6300 right here, but I'm currently recording on that camera, so it's not in here. Next, we're to the top of the bag, and right here is the main compartment I use for anything that I want to bring on a shoot, or anything that I want to bring when I bring my camera. I just have a lot of, anything extra just goes right in the top here, and it actually has quite a bit of space because this bubbles out. On the next side, we have all my Sony batteries in here. Just gonna pull one out. These are full batteries because of the black line. This is a Sony battery in there, and these pockets are all magnetized, so it doesn't slip around as much, but it isn't as scary as a zipper pocket, which I keep my drone charging accessories and my actual Falconized F7 light right here, which actually isn't in here because I'm using it right there. So I also keep this Joby phone mount for any time I want to use a phone for like a third camera or something. So it's nice to have one of those in there. And then I keep the Joby GorillaPod, the 1K version, right in the top here, but I'm currently using that to hold up the light. Now, we have a laptop pocket here that holds up to a 13-inch laptop, and it holds my MacBook just fine, but I would like to show you that, but I'm using it for notes for the video. So this is the laptop compartment, and it goes all the way down, and the bag has padding so your laptop is just fine. It also has a secondary tablet pocket, which can be used for paperwork or anything else, kind of skinny, but it would be too small for like a Chromebook or something. Now we have the kind of throne section, so there's a big pocket in here which stretches into the big section up here, which I throw my sunglasses in, DJ Osmo pocket, anything I have, like snacks or any like dongles or accessories I need. I just kind of throw them in there because I usually like keep them in there for the day, but I won't ever have them permanently in there. Next, it has two small pockets right here. We're just going to take this out, which I keep my battery bank, and then I have my lens ball right in here, just to keep those separated. The feature of this bag is all the zippers are all waterproof. The outside all has a water resistant coating, so the water tends to bead off when it's raining, which is really nice. So let's go over some of the pros and cons of the bag. Some of the pros are the build quality. The build quality of the bag is very high, and I'm very satisfied with how it's built. Everything feels very nice, and the padding is always thick enough so that it like protects your stuff, but also not too thick where it gets in the way. Another great feature of the bag is customization, with all the different ways you can customize the bags with the inner dividers. It's super nice, and then you can customize it how you want it, and you don't have to worry about getting a bag and then having your camera gear fit the bag. The bag will fit your camera gear. Also design, I think the bag looks really good, and I like how everything is designed in the bag. I like the outside design, it feels very minimal. I don't think it really looks like a camera bag, but I also feel it can go as like a kind of like, it's a good looking backpack, which I think is great, and I think it's a lot better than having like a sloppy backpack. You do pay for that, which is a con, which I'll get into later. Another great feature is the locking zippers, as I mentioned earlier. I think they're really useful just for an extra security touch when going to an airport or something where you don't want to access your camera gear that much. You just want to focus on getting through the area. It keeps your stuff a little bit safer, and you feel a little bit better about it. Also, the bag is super comfortable. I've gone hiking with it, and your back does start to sweat when it's hot out, but that's normal. The ridges help keep that to a minimum, but you do sweat if you're working with it. But it's super comfortable, and the thin straps actually are very comfortable because they conform to your shoulders or your jacket or whatever you're wearing, so they're all really comfortable. But now we're going to go into the cons. One of the main cons is its big price tag for the 15-liter version, and it's not that big of a bag, but it's $189.99 on Peak Design's website, so it is not a cheap investment, but I feel that it is really worth it. Another problem with the bag is the laptop pocket does not have a locking zipper. The zipper is different. It's like the zippers on the inside, but it doesn't lock. And there is a little loop way you could fit an actual lock onto the normal zipper, but I really feel that that pocket needs a locking zipper because you're not going to be accessing the laptop pocket all that much. Since it's a camera bag, you'd only access that like at home or somewhere safe. So having just a little extra locking feature, I feel would have been really nice, and I feel like I kind of missed that. Another unfortunate thing about the bag is that the dividers are a little bit, build quality wise, they're the most meh part of the bag. I know it's like Velcro, but the Velcro kind of rips them apart slowly. Like they're starting to fray, and it's after 7 months, and it's just, I think they'll be fine. It's just little strings, but it is something to note that you can buy replacement ones or add ones to the bag, and they're like $15, so that isn't too bad. But still, for an almost $200 bag, I would have hoped that they've stay together better. One of the main downsides of the bag for me is that it's actually quite heavy. For a smaller bag like that, even without anything in it, there's definitely some weight to it, which is good because it shows that the build quality is high. But the bag is sort of heavy, and it does, like after a while, with a laptop, camera, drone, all sorts of lights and everything, and like a tripod that weighs like 3-4 pounds, it gets very heavy. And I feel like the backpack needs to lose a little bit of weight. So I know that you carry heavy camera gear, but a backpack shouldn't be an issue. It should hold all your gear, but the weight of the backpack shouldn't be, that much. And the last con I have is the water bottle holders aren't all that big. They can't hold that big of a water bottle because at the bottom they taper down, and then you can't fit that big of a water bottle in there. And then even at the top, they don't stretch that much. So I really would hope on our version 2 that the water bottle holders would stretch more, and they could figure bigger water bottle in there, or bigger tripods, because with my tripod I can only fit one leg in there, and then I have to strap it on. If it fit 2 legs in there in the water bottle compartment, I wouldn't have to strap it every time, and it would save time when setting up. So the one feature that no one is talking about is the insulation on the bag. Now, I found this out when I started using the bag in January, that I would have the bag in my house, and then I would pack it all up, put it in my car, and then I would drive to the location for about an hour. It would take me an hour to get there, and I wouldn't have like any heat on the car would be cold. I'd get out, start walking for like half an hour, and then I would notice that all my camera gear inside my bag was still warm. Like, it wasn't even it was room temperature warm. And I think that shows the quality of the materials in the bag and the quality of the padding they use, because it even insulates. And I wouldn't count this as like another feature of the bag. I just think it's something to note. It also works in reverse. Like if you're in your house with the AC on, and then you go outside and you don't open your bag for a while, your stuff will be sort of cold to the touch with the metal products. So I find that to be pretty interesting, and just a little feature that I didn't think about when I bought it, and no one else ever mentioned, so I thought I would mention it in my video. Overall, I really like the bag, and I think it is worth the money, but I don't think the bag is worth it if you're not going to use it at least weekly, or use it a ton, or you're not going on like some sort of adventure where you need a good quality bag. If you are like a really big hobbyist photographer, you don't need all this fancy stuff. There are other bags on the market that will suit your needs just fine, but this bag is a great hybrid bag. It can be used for photography or for just an everyday bag for stuff you want to carry with you, and it can be used for work. And I think it's a high quality bag, so you could definitely use it as a work bag on the weekday and then a camera bag on the weekend. So overall, the bag is really good, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and then please like, subscribe, and yeah, see you all next video.